What up, what up, what up? What's good, good people? I'm Tosin. This is another episode of Tosin Talks. I have no co-host today. I'm flying solo. There is no agenda, and I'm sure if you can tell from the jersey I'm wearing and the one right here, talk about Nigeria. And if you had told me a month ago Nigeria would have a little bit of hope to get into the World Cup, I wouldn't believe you. I wrote an article about how Nigeria is messing up, and I still feel that way, that they should be further along than where they're at. I've seen so many iterations of the Nigerian national team, from the 98 World Cup to 96 Olympics to 2000 AFCON, where we lost in the final to Cameroon, 2004 AFCON, us not qualifying for 2006 World Cup, 2008 Olympics. You can name it. I've seen us win AFCON in 2013. So I've seen the highs, and I've also seen the lows. And throughout my years of watching Nigeria, the biggest thing that frustrates me the most is just mismanagement. Point blank, period. And I'm happy that Nigeria qualified. Like, let's get all the negativity out of the way first, then we can celebrate. I don't like how we constructed the team. I don't like calling up 6 forwards and 4 midfielders. I believe there's too many talents back home in the diaspora that should be called up, that need to be on the national team. Nigeria needs to figure out their midfield balance going forward. You cannot go into games, tournaments with 4 midfielders. It's irresponsible. It's just straight up just negligent. Nigeria somehow finessed the way and did that. Also don't like the fact that we don't really care about our national league. The Nigeria league back home is struggling. When you look at a Morocco, when you look at a South Africa who won 3-0 and all their goals came from players from the national league back home in South Africa today, by the way. You look at Algeria, you look at Tunisia, you're looking at all these countries, like Egypt, who have strong national leagues, or they have strong organizational ties as to getting the diaspora kids in, developing their own talent. Nigeria is lacking that. And it's not because there's not a lot of talent back home in Nigeria or in the diaspora. Nigeria has a ton of talent. Nigeria's diaspora kids who could play alone would probably win the World Cup. If we put up 11 of Nigeria's best diaspora talents, mix it with the players back home, is a strong team. But I'm bitching and moaning too much about this. These are things that I've wrote about. These are things I've talked about ad nauseum. Let's get into the happiness. Nigeria beat Benin 4-0. When it counted the most, when it needed the most, Nigeria showed up. I am so happy to see that Victor Osimhen is the one that led the team. This is a guy in 2015. I remember watching him at U17 World Cup. Same team as Chukwueze and Kelechi Nkwali, who I don't know where Kelechi Nkwali is in this day. But Osimhen in the last 10 years has grown from just being this very talented player who scored 10 goals at the U17 World Cup to now being Nigeria's talisman. He put the whole country on his back. When they needed him the most, Osimhen got a hat trick, which, by the way, I think he has the most hat tricks in Nigeria history, which is an amazing feat in itself. He has, I think, 3 or 4 hat tricks now, and it's incredible to see the strengths and powers Victor Osimhen has grown up into. He's become one of the best strikers in the world. You know, his career started off in that U17 World Cup, went to Wolfsburg, went to Belgium, went to Lille, went to Napoli, now he's in Turkey. He's had a whole bunch of different trials and errors in his career, but the one thing about Victor Osimhen is that he shows up when they need him the most. He is somebody who will run through a brick wall for you. There's a reason why there's a mask on his face. He literally broke his face. Victor Osimhen just runs and runs and runs, and he's a hell of a striker. His first goal, assisted by Chukwueze, who they go back to the U17 team, that finish is just encapsulates Osimhen. The 2 headers encapsulates him. Just, he is going to do whatever he needs to do for his club and his country. He gets himself hurt in the process of doing it, but he's going to consistently show you, hey, I am willing to die in the line for my club, for my nation, and he does that week in and week out. Osimhen, so proud of him, man. He is 29 goals. He's going to probably end up breaking Rashidi Yakini's record in the next year or two, but what a talented player, man. Nigeria has one of the best strikers in the world, and that is a blessing and a half, because when Osimhen does not play, we've seen that strikers do not score. It was Tolu who scored, and it's Kelechi, and we've played a different variation of strikers. Murphy, Akwa Adams also scored as well. But we have these strikers who are talented, but they're not Osimhen. That is our talisman. He carries us through and through. He's just him. It just is what it is. Big plaudits to Alex Iwobi. He is close to 90 caps for Nigeria. It cannot go understated how well he's played for Nigeria throughout his career. He's been a faithful servant for Nigeria. He's been great. Some more plaudits go out to Seme Ajayi and Calvin Bassey. Both played their asses off. Both left backs today did their job. But that right back we got, who was, Benjamin Frederick, who plays for Brentford on loan in Belgium right now, that is a special player right there. He usually plays center back, but he's been playing right wing back, right back for his club team, and He did not look out of place in both the games Nigeria played in over the break. He looked really, really solid at right back. So Benjamin Frederick, that's a very talented player. Ndidi held his own in the midfield. I've been very harsh on Ndidi. Chukwueze did pretty well in the first half. Like I mentioned, Iwobi most of the time did his thing, got an assist for Osimhen. Aqua Adams ran his ass off, did his thing. But credits to the whole team. Listen, they knew what they had to do. They had to get 4 goals, and they got 4 goals. Big shout to Frank Onyeka, by the way. I know his goal is going to probably go by the wayside because everyone's focused on Victor Osimhen, as they rightly should. But Frank Onyeka did his damn thing. He did his damnness with that finish. It was an incredible finish and a great assist, too, to get that goal. But Nigeria, where did they go from now? They won 4-0. They play Gabon next. And the playoffs is difficult, right? You play against Gabon. You either play the winner of Cameroon or DR Congo. Then now you go into another playoff with teams from North America, South America, Oceania, all to get this one spot, which the next games happen in November. Then the playoff happens in March. And it's exciting for Nigeria because now you can reset. Now you can refigure out, rejig who to put where to put here. And we also got AFCON in December as well. So that's another window for players to come in March if we get that far, when we get that far. But I'm really excited as a Nigerian because it's been a long time coming. We didn't go to the 2022 World Cup, which we should have. And again, it goes back to what I'm saying, that this country has so much potential on and off the pitch. It just gets discarded. It gets mishandled, mistreated. The people, the powers that be, never ever put a good cohesive plan together. And that's my biggest issue with Nigerian football. We should be so much further ahead. If they're built on, again, this is the 98 World Cup jersey. They're built on this 98 team that had Yekini, Okocha, Lise, Babayaro, Mutu Adequaju, all these players you can think about that were so talented, Finidi George and himself. That 94 to 2002 team, Nigeria should continue to build on that, build academies. And that's my biggest thing with Nigeria. It's like you have too much talent back home. How do you refine that talent? You got talent in the north, talent in the east, talent in the south, talent everywhere in Nigeria. How do you refine that talent? For me, personally, I want Nigeria to develop 3 academies like Claire Fontaine throughout the country. North, south, wherever you want to put them, make 3 academies for the men and women, and you develop these talents, and you mix them with the diaspora kids. Look what Morocco's doing. They've recruited Hakimi from a long time. Hakimi's arguably the best right back in the world. Born in Madrid, you would have thought he would have played for Spain, but no, Morocco's been recruiting him for a while. Morocco also has their academy, King Mohammed Academy, which has developed players, and they know how to recruit from the diaspora. Egypt has a very strong league. South Africa has a very strong league. Again, I'm going back to bitching and complaining because I just want a consistent Nigerian national team where we don't have to use calculators on the last day. We don't have to be stressed about worrying about, are we going to make it to the second round of playoffs? We're going to do so, we're going to do that. All I want from Nigeria and the people that run the football is to actually have a genuine plan and actually give a damn about the players. Care about the players, care about the health, care about the fields. Develop things in Nigeria. Don't just have money and throw it away. Develop the national stadium in Lagos. Develop stadiums in Abuja. Develop stadiums in the east, in the west, in the south, in the central. Just make sure there's good football pitches everywhere. Make sure your national league is running well. Make sure your youth program is running well. Make sure you're taking care of your kids. Making sure that there's things that make this program continue because there is talent. And you can see it today on social media, throughout everywhere. People care about Nigeria, but people are also jaded because this is frustrating. Nigeria should not be having their backs against the wall, waiting to the last minute to come in, beat Benin 4-0. Nigeria should have qualified a long time ago. This is no disrespect to South Africa. There's no disrespect to Benin, no disrespect to Zimbabwe, anybody else in the group. Nigeria is just that much more talented. It's just when you do silly things like call up 6 strikers and 4 midfielders, you start to wonder, like, who is making these decisions? Why are they making these decisions? Who are these players doing this? Who are these players doing that? Like, this doesn't make any sense, right? Going forward, I just want Nigeria to have more balance in the team. More midfielders, more players who can hold on to the ball, more players who can pick out a pass. Because Victor Osimhen, all those strikers, they need to be fed. They cannot create chances for themselves. They need to find people who can, give them the ball and make them, give them chances. That's what they need, is players who can create for them, players who can hold the ball, players who can dribble, players who can move in and out, players who can overlap. Just the basic things that we've been doing since playing football since you were U9, U10, the most simple things that you can do, right? So enough bitching and complaining. My country made it to the playoff, and that makes me so excited. If you're Eritrean and you listen to this, I know your circumstances of the reason why you dropped out of the World Cup qualifiers is, very, very strenuous and political. I understand what's going on. But if you're Eritrean, listen to this. I owe you a drink. If you're Eritrean, I see you anywhere in public, I owe you a drink, I owe you dinner, or whatever. Shout out to Eritrea for helping Nigeria out and dropping out, because without Eritrea, would not be here talking to you right now. I'd be having another conversation. But now Nigeria has it in their hand, right? You have 2 games in AFCON. Win those 2, you get into the bigger playoff. And then that's when you decide, okay, let's be serious about this and let's actually qualify for the World Cup. The talent is there. You saw it today in Victor Osimhen. You saw it in Iwobi. You've seen it throughout different games, and Nigeria has a lot of talent. It's about putting it together. Eric Shell, by the way, deserves his flowers. He came into a very, very tough predicament. He got 14 out of 18 points. So big shout out to Eric Shell for doing his job, doing his thing. He has been tactically aware, moving to a 3-back system, moving to a 4 system, moving to a 4-4-2 or a diamond or 4-3-3. He's been solid. Okay. The Nigeria job is not the easiest job in the world to do, because there's a lot of factors and a lot of things which I'm not going to get into today, because I don't have time or energy to discuss the geopolitics of Nigeria and the sociopolitics of Nigeria. I'm not doing that. That is for a smarter person. Well, I am smart. Let me not talk about myself like that. But that's a different conversation for a different time. Right now, we're going to give our flowers to the Nigerian national team. All those boys bust their ass over the last 2 games. They got what they needed to do. Shout out to Nigeria for qualifying to the playoffs. Now the real work starts. Now it's okay. We're here. How do we do this? There's 4 teams left in Africa. You want to be that one that gets to that playoff. So Nigeria has to do what they have to do. But Victor Osimhen, I cannot sing his praises high enough. I remember watching him in the U17 World Cup against USA. I called my dad and said, listen, we've replaced Yakini. And my dad thought I was joking. 10 years later, this guy's 8 goals away from Yakini's record. So was I right? Probably so. But again, this is exciting for Nigeria. It's exciting for the country. It's exciting for the players, because we want to see these boys at the World Cup. Osimhen's never been to a World Cup. Chukwueze's never been to a World Cup. We want to see these boys at the highest level. We want to see them, having fun, playing for Nigeria at the highest level. The World Cup is the pinnacle, and your careers are short in football. 10 years ago, Victor Osimhen was a teenager. Now he's a grown man at 27 years old. So time flies, and we want these boys to be playing at the highest level. So congratulations to the Super Eagles. Nigeria, get it right. Please get some more midfielders. And when Rafael Yandinka is healthy again, please start him. He's an incredible midfielder. Go to a 4-3-3. The talent is there, man. I'm very happy for my nation, very happy for the players, very happy for everybody involved. Now it's just time to be serious. Let the serious business begin, because you don't want to be the Nigeria, you want to be the African team to get laughed at. I don't want my country to be laughed at. I really don't. I don't want to be laughed at. I don't want nobody to say, oh, Nigeria. We need to be there. We definitely need to be at the World Cup 2026. It's been, oh my goodness, 7 years since we last went to World Cup. We went to 2018, they go to 2022. I don't want another repeat of 2006 of not going to the World Cup. I don't need that. I need to see Nigeria in the World Cup every year, unless I'll be shameless. No, I don't know. But I need Nigeria in the World Cup. I need them immediately. So, again, credit to Victor Osimhen. Put the country in his back. Franco Onyenka, you deserve your flowers. You did great with that finish. Moses Simon did his thing on the left. Again, there's not much more we can say other than let's get it right. Let's qualify for the World Cup. It is in our hands. We play against Gabon first. We play the winner of Cameroon versus DR Congo. This happens in November. Let's get it. It's going to be a tournament in Morocco, so the fields are going to be good. The weather should be decent in Morocco in November. So it's all in your hands, man. No pressure, but a lot of pressure at the same time. I'm Tosin. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Nigeria did it. They made it to the playoffs, whooped their ass 4-0. And it was from the beginning. First 3 minutes they scored, and it was just over from there. So Nigeria, do not disappoint us. Congratulations to the nation. We deserve this. Putting ourselves against the wall using calculators. I'm tired. My brain is hurting because why? Why do we need to do this? We make it so dramatic for no reason. But again, Nigeria, get the balance right. No one will call on multiple strikers and 4 midfielders. That's gross. But I'm happy. You qualified. You move on. Let's go. Again, I'm Tosin. Don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Support us everywhere. We appreciate you. We appreciate the love. Take it easy, everyone.